Hi team, it's me, it's Heather Fisher. I'm one of the recruiters here for the company. I just wanted to say hi and welcome to our little webinar. It's been nice seeing everybody. How's everybody doing working from home? I'm going to go over some stuff about globalization. We're talking more specifically about the failures of globalization. We, as a company, have been contemplating expanding outside the United States. So some of the stuff in the article that I recently read from, it's actually literally called The Failures of Globalization, written by Gabrielle Levy. And she's discussing a book that Ian Bremmer, as I said, he's the founder of Eurasia Group and a political scientist. He's discussing what has gone wrong since we really started expanding across the globe. So these are some important things to contemplate before we do move forward with our expansion. So first and foremost, let's go back to historically. We didn't really do a lot of global trading, and there wasn't a lot of globalization going on prior to World War II. So after World War II kicked off, everybody's broke. The United States is decided that it's going to be more beneficial to us if we help rebuild the countries that were destroyed during the war. So Japan, Germany, several other countries in Europe. So we helped them rebuild, and that really opened the doors for us to start trading, opening everybody's doors to open trading, free trade, exactly. So this was going great. So for the next 60 years, it was a good thing. The companies were expanding, everyone was doing well. There was a lot of opportunity for growth for our companies and companies across the globe that weren't usually, they were just maybe little mom and pops or whatever. So here in the United States, that hit us especially hard because, as you know, we started outsourcing a lot of stuff maybe back in the 80s, and we outsourced because the labor was a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper cost of living and the ability to run corporations in other countries like China and India. So these things were great for a while for those countries, but for us, those people that worked in those jobs here, they had a limited skill set. So they now are stuck without a job, which is really unfortunate because the only way to expand your skill set is really to go and get a higher education. So here in the United States, as we all know, college is ridiculously expensive. So a lot of people were just not able to do that. So that's been one of the very big down factors for the United States with the globalization, is the loss of jobs for our limited skill set individuals like factory workers and that sort of thing. Call centers have expanded a lot too. So the thing that we are going to look at next is going to be because of what globalization is doing to other countries across the world, all these developing countries that were making they were barely making do. A lot of these people lived in a high level of poverty. So these people are now getting decent paying jobs and they're making decent money. So that's raising the middle class in those countries, and it's raising their expectations, which is great. Everybody deserves a chance to thrive. However, those people got accustomed to a certain level, a certain expectation of lifestyle, and now it's finding out that a lot of their jobs are being replaced by robots and automation. So now these people are looking at what are they going to do with their futures. They're used to this middle class lifestyle and they have that expectation, and now they're losing their jobs like we did here in the United States. So that's a big downfall in like China and in India. So those countries have had a lot of changes in the last couple decades. Another downfall is that these people have these expectations. The internet has created this wealth of knowledge that they didn't usually have. Like, it would take you might read something in the newspaper, you wouldn't always know what was going on right that minute. So that really opened the eyes to a lot of people of the political corruption that they were facing within their own countries, within these corporations. So these people are getting angry, they're getting upset, and the world is just kind of a huge melting pot of unrest right now. So that's another reason to maybe hold off on the expansion. There was a quote that I really enjoyed that kind of led some, like, if we continue the way we are, there's just not going to be any kind of enough jobs for the majority of the humans in the world to be able to work, because everything with technology is really taking over for humans, and it's a lot cheaper. So one of the quotes from the article is, it's quite possible that the fourth industrial revolution isn't actually the fourth industrial revolution. It could be a post-industrial revolution. It could be that we're going to get a lot better at developing technologies that do things that human beings do, and a lot of human beings are not going to have a lot of productive jobs available to them. And then we don't have a lost generation. We don't just have a lost generation. We have a failed political and economic model that needs to change. And that's something that we need to start changing right now. We need to find a way to stop the worldwide corruption. We need to come up with more jobs and to stop allowing them to replace us with robots and automation. And we need to take back the power from the elites. So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate it. God bless you all. And I look forward to seeing your webinars.